Take a moment to pause and consider a simple yet vital question. What are you doing with your time and energy? What is your answer? Are you spending them on things that truly matter? Each day, we all have 24 hours, distributed equally among us, with no one having more or less. But the greatest difference between successful and unsuccessful people lies in how they choose to use those 24 hours. Many believe that success comes from doing everything, from seizing every opportunity life offers. But the truth is, success does not come from doing everything. It comes from doing the most important things, those that bring lasting value and help you achieve the great goals you have set. We live in a world full of distractions. It is not hard to see people chasing unimportant things, meaningless conversations, negative influences, or habits of procrastination. But one of the most important secrets to success is knowing how to limit the unnecessary. I know what you are thinking. How do I know what is important and what is not? This is the first lesson. If you cannot distinguish between the important and the unimportant, you will forever be lost. To succeed, you do not need to do everything. You only need to do what is right and do it with persistence, with all the energy you have. And to do that, you must learn to say no to the unimportant to begin. I want you to ask yourself, what in my life is draining my energy and focus? It could be an unhealthy relationship, an unproductive habit, or simply a task that does not bring you closer to your goals. Identify them and let them go today. The key to lasting success is not doing everything, but knowing how to limit the unimportant so you can pour all your energy into what is truly worthwhile. Now, join me on this journey. Change does not happen overnight, but once you recognize the importance of limiting the unimportant, you will see your life change day by day. We will explore specific steps in the next section so you can apply these lessons to your life starting today. We all have 24 hours in a day, and if you do not know how to manage them, they will slip away meaninglessly. You see, time is the most precious asset we have, yet it is also the easiest to waste. How many times have you felt your time was swallowed by tasks with no value? Why must you limit the unimportant? Because if you do not, the trivial will consume all your time and energy. Unimportant tasks can be a series of unclear activities, like checking your phone too often, engaging in pointless conversations, or simply procrastinating. And when you do these things, you trade away precious moments that could be used to grow or achieve long-term goals. You will never have enough time for the important if you do not learn to say no to the unimportant. Consider a simple example from daily life. You may have spent hours in conversations that bring no value, or worse, in conversations with people who drag you down. Such interactions may feel comfortable in the moment, but in the end, they do not help you grow or reach your goals. The question you must ask yourself is, do these conversations help me become the person I want to be? Do they bring me closer to my goals? If the answer is no, it is time to limit them. Do not let temporary comfort steal your future opportunities. We only have a limited amount of energy and time in a day. If you do not manage and limit the unimportant, you will always feel like you never have enough time for what you truly want. Distraction is the enemy of focus. When you try to do too many things at once, you cannot focus properly on anything. Imagine an athlete. To become exceptional, they cannot spend time on every sport. They must focus on one, practicing daily and honing their skills. The same applies to you. If you do not focus on your main goal, you will never achieve the results you desire. This is why limiting the unimportant is so critical. When you say no to things that create no value, you gain more time and energy to focus on goals that help you grow. I understand that saying no is not an easy skill. But let me be clear. You must learn to refuse if you want to succeed. Refusing is not about saying no to things you dislike, but saying no to things that distract you from your greater goals in life. One of the most important lessons I learned from Jim Rohn is success does not come from what you do, but from what you refuse to do. Think about the opportunities you have declined, the unnecessary calls you did not answer, the meetings you did not attend. That is how you protect your focus and ensure every passing minute is valuable. Remember this: every time you say no to something unimportant, you create space for something more important. And it is those important things that will bring you closer to true success. So, are you ready? Ready to refuse the unimportant? Ready to eliminate the obstacles holding back your growth? Look at today and ask yourself, what did I do today? Am I doing things that bring me closer to my goals? If the answer is no, it is time to limit the unimportant and focus on what brings lasting value. We can do many things in life, but if we do not know how to limit the unimportant, we will never have enough time and energy to do what truly makes a difference. Success comes from knowing how to say no to the unimportant, from focusing on what helps you grow and achieve your great goals in life. Start today. Identify the unimportant in your life, let it go, and create space for greater opportunities. When you learn to refuse, you open the path to success. Take a moment to reflect. What factors in your life are hindering your progress? Are you doing things daily that you know have no lasting value? Are you spending too much time on tasks that only provide temporary satisfaction without real results? We all have habits and factors in our lives, whether work, relationships, or personal habits, that can hinder our growth and progress. But the important thing is that you can change this. You have the power to choose and decide what is valuable to you and what does not deserve your focus and energy. One of the first things you must do is identify the factors holding back your success. These could come from external sources, like the people around you, or internal ones, like negative habits you have not yet recognized. For example, negative relationships can be one of the biggest factors dragging you down. If you spend too much time with people who constantly blame circumstances or lack a growth mindset, you will feel pulled into their negative thoughts and actions. So why not create distance from these relationships? Choose people who will uplift and support you. These individuals will inspire positive energy and help you see opportunities rather than just problems. Negative habits are also a serious obstacle. You may not realize it, but small habits like procrastination or working without a plan reduce your efficiency and waste your precious time. You might think you can do everything later, but the truth is, time passes quickly. And if you do not act today, you will miss opportunities to achieve your goals. One of the principles I learned from Jim Rohn is, you cannot change what you do not recognize. If you do not identify the factors hindering your success, you cannot change them. So, the first step in this process is to recognize them. Look at your life and ask, what is holding me back from moving forward? What is causing me to procrastinate or lose focus on my goals? Eliminating distractions. Once you identify the obstacles, the next step is to eliminate them. You need to cut out things that no longer serve your greater goals, whether they are habits, relationships, or negative thoughts. For instance, if you notice that constantly checking your phone or watching too much television is taking away your precious time, it is time to cut them out. Time is your most valuable asset, and you cannot let distractions consume it. Eliminating the unimportant is not easy. We often feel comfortable with old habits, even if they yield no positive results. But to succeed, you must let go of temporary comfort to focus on greater things. Remember, success does not come from doing easy things, but from doing valuable things, no matter how challenging they may be. Using time and energy on what matters. When you eliminate obstacles, you will find you have plenty of time and energy for what is important. These could include self-development, learning, building positive relationships, or focusing on long-term goals. The key is to focus on things that create lasting impact, not temporary satisfaction. A successful person always knows how to allocate time to valuable tasks and eliminate those that reduce their effectiveness and impact. Create a clear plan for the most important things you want to accomplish each day. Write down your goals. Break them into specific steps and start acting. Planning ensures you will not be distracted by unimportant factors. Success does not come from doing everything, but from choosing the most important tasks and pouring all your energy into them. When you eliminate the unnecessary, you create space to grow and achieve greater goals in life. Identify and eliminate obstacles starting today. Success is not something you can achieve instantly, but if you persist and stay determined, you will see that each steady step is a step towards success. Eliminating obstacles creates space for greater opportunities. This is one of the key secrets to transforming your life. Take some time to reflect on your goals. You may have identified them, but the critical question is, are you spending your time and energy on those goals to succeed? You cannot do everything. You can only do the most important things. And that is what you must focus on. I once heard a great saying. It is not about how many things you do in a day, but what things you do in a day. The truth is, we tend to do many things, but only a few truly yield significant results. Unimportant tasks, though they may seem necessary, only take time away from your greater goals. You cannot focus on what matters if you are not clear about what you truly want to achieve. Your goals must be clear, specific, and measurable. If you do not know your goals, you will always wander without direction. And when you lack clear goals, you are easily distracted by unimportant tasks that make you feel busy but have no value. When you have a clear goal, you know where you are going. You will have the motivation to overcome challenges and difficulties. A goal is a guiding light in the darkness, helping you stay on track even when everything around you becomes chaotic. Remember, without a goal, you will wander forever in the dark. I want you to consider something important. Every small step you take today can be a stepping stone to great success in the future. Do not underestimate small actions, for they accumulate and create a difference in your life. Sometimes we think only big changes yield results, but in reality, small daily steps, consistently maintained, lead to lasting outcomes. Success is not achieved overnight, but is the result of a long process. This process involves doing the important things every day. These small actions, done correctly and consistently, will lead you to significant results. I advise you to create a daily to-do list, but ensure that the important tasks are always at the top. Do not let unimportant tasks pull you away from your goals. If you spend most of your time on small, unimportant things, you will never have enough energy and time for what truly matters. Thus, focus on tasks that yield the greatest results. Even if they are not easy or do not provide instant satisfaction, a successful person always chooses and does things that bring lasting value. Those who fail, on the other hand, spend too much time on short-term, valueless tasks and give up easily when faced with difficulties. There will surely be times when you feel like giving up, when you feel tired and lack motivation. But that is when you must persevere the most. Success is not about never failing, but about standing up after every fall and continuing to do the right things, no matter how hard it is. When you decide to focus on what matters, you will not only improve the quality of your work, but also enhance your personal value. Focusing on the important is one of the key factors in growing and achieving lasting success. So, are you ready to focus on what matters? Do not let distractions steal your great opportunities. Start today. Choose the most important tasks and put all your effort into them. Those tasks will bring you closer to your goals and help you live a meaningful life. Refusing is one of the most critical skills you need to develop if you want to achieve true success. In life, you will always face countless choices. Opportunities will come and go, and you will always have to choose. However, not all opportunities bring lasting value. Learning to refuse opportunities that do not align with your goals is one of the important lessons I learned from Jim Rohn. Refusing is not easy, especially when you feel opportunities are passing by, or when a new job or relationship seems appealing. You may feel you are missing something important, but if you do not learn to refuse, you will constantly be distracted. And in the end, you will not have enough time and energy to focus on your greater goals. Think about the successful people you admire. They are not the ones who do everything or chase every opportunity. They are the ones who choose carefully and focus only on what truly matters. They understand that refusal protects their focus and energy, keeping them from factors that could hinder their growth. When you refuse an opportunity, you are not losing something. You are protecting your growth. You are saying no to things that do not bring lasting value, to tasks that could distract you, so you can say yes to what truly matters and brings you closer to your goals. Refusing does not mean you lack opportunities. On the contrary, refusing unsuitable opportunities creates better ones. You must realize that not all opportunities are good opportunities. A good opportunity aligns with your values and goals. When you understand this, you will see that refusing an opportunity is not rejecting success, but choosing a better, more suitable path for your goals. In life, choices are critical. We can do many things, but not everything deserves our time and energy. Learning to refuse the unimportant helps you have the strength and focus to do what truly holds value. There will surely be times when refusing feels difficult, especially when opportunities seem tempting, or when people around you urge you to do this or that. However, refusing is a decisive and responsible act. You must know that each refusal protects your focus and keeps you committed to the great goals you have set. Successful people are not those who easily agree to everything. They are the ones who know how to refuse what is unnecessary, what does not serve their greater goals. And that is why they achieve great things. So, are you ready to learn to refuse? Are you ready to say no to things that do not bring value, to focus on greater goals? Start today. Refusing is not a loss, but a way to create space for truly worthy opportunities. When you do this, you will see your life gradually change for the better. What makes it hard for you to refuse? Recognize it and start making changes in your life today. Refusing is the way to achieve lasting success and truly reach the great goals you have set for your life. Our lives are shaped by the choices we make every day. Each small decision has a significant impact on our personal growth, from choosing to wake up early, maintaining a reading habit, to saying no to unimportant tasks. But if you do not create space for what matters, you will never have enough time or energy to make major changes in your life. Imagine your life as a room. If that room is filled with everything, you will have no space to store what matters. You will feel overwhelmed, unable to find what you need. Your life is the same if it is full of unimportant things. You cannot make time for what is truly necessary. Your living space must be organized so you can focus on what creates real value. If you do not create space for what matters, you will always feel overwhelmed by tasks and responsibilities. One way to create space is to learn to let go, to eliminate the unnecessary so you can focus on what helps you grow and move closer to your goals. When you remove the unimportant, you have enough space to grow, learn, and do meaningful things. When I talk about creating space for what matters, I am not just referring to physical space, but also the space in your mind and emotions. Stress, anxiety, and negative relationships can occupy your mental space, making it impossible to focus on what you truly want to achieve. You need to clear not only your living space, but also your mental space, so you can focus on what brings lasting value to your life. Take time each day to reorganize your priorities so you can focus on tasks that yield significant results. Do not let trivial tasks consume your time. Review the tasks you do daily and decide if they truly bring value. Tasks that add value to your life are the ones you need to prioritize. And those that do not bring value must be refused or eliminated from your life. Change in life starts with you. When you create space for what matters, you create opportunities for growth. You create opportunities to learn, grow, and achieve the goals you have set. Do not let busyness take over your life. Remember, being busy does not mean being effective. You can be busy with tasks that yield no results while neglecting the important ones. Create space to do what truly brings change. Remember that life is a long journey. Each small step you take today will yield significant results tomorrow, and those steps must be the right ones. When you create space for what matters, you are on the right path. You are creating a meaningful life, one that helps you not only achieve your goals, but also grow and improve yourself. So, are you ready to create space for what matters? Start today. Eliminate the unnecessary and focus on what will help you grow and achieve your goals. Create space for greater opportunities, and you will see your life change for the better. What is occupying space in your life? Think about it and start acting today. When you create space for what matters, you will feel the change in your life. And that is when you begin to live a meaningful and successful life. Action is the first step to changing your life. And making these changes starts with small decisions. You may think that changing a small daily habit is insignificant, but it is these small changes that will make a big difference in the future. And it all begins with limiting the unimportant. Starting today, to change your life, you must be decisive in your actions. We cannot change anything in life if we do not act now. Successful people are not those who only think about what they want to do. They are the ones who act. They understand that change never comes easily, but action brings them closer to their goals. Do not wait until everything is perfect. Start now. Success is not about waiting for everything to fall into place before acting, but about acting now. Despite difficulties or uncertainties, if you wait too long, you will miss opportunities. I want you to take on a challenge today. Look at your life and choose one thing you can let go of immediately. It could be a bad habit, a negative relationship, or a thought hindering your growth. Let it go today. And you will see that when you release something unimportant, you create space to embrace greater opportunities that bring change and progress. Letting go of the unnecessary is not easy. It requires courage and determination. But do not forget that true change begins when you decide to refuse what does not bring value to your life. When you take this step, you start creating a new space for your personal growth. Start with the smallest things. You do not need to change everything at once. Begin with one small action and persist daily. This will build habits and bring you closer to your goals. You will never change your life until you change your habits. When you change your habits, you change your life. The key is to persist with this change. Successful people are not those who never face difficulties, but those who persevere through all challenges. They do not give up, no matter how hard it is. And that is why they achieve success. So, are you ready to start acting? Start today. Make small changes and stay determined. Do not wait for perfection. Do not let fear or lack of confidence stop you from acting. Let go of the unimportant today, and you will create a different life in the future. You can do this, and I believe you deserve all the success you dream of. What is holding you back from acting? Think about it and start making changes now. Only when you start acting will you truly change your life. Start today, and you will see small steps lead to big results. Your life is not a race against others, but a journey of your own. Every decision you make, every step you take, contributes to your success or failure in the future. But the important thing to remember is that success does not come from doing everything, but from doing the right things to succeed. You must know how to limit the unimportant. Time and energy are the most precious assets we have. And if you do not manage them, they will slip away without creating value. Only when you know how to eliminate the unnecessary can you create space for opportunities that truly hold value. When you learn to say no to the unimportant, you create an opportunity to focus on greater goals. You are positioning yourself to grow, learn, and achieve what you truly desire. It is a process, and each step on this path is a step toward a brighter future. Remember that success is not a destination, but a journey. This journey requires persistence, determination, and a bit of courage to refuse the unimportant. Every decision you make in life, no matter how small, can yield great results if you focus on what truly matters. I want you to remember that you cannot change your life overnight, but you can change your habits. The way you use your time and energy every day is a new opportunity to improve yourself, to move closer to the goals you have set. And when you learn to limit the unimportant, you will see your life change for the better. So, are you ready? Ready to let go of what does not bring value, to focus on what truly matters? Start today. Recognize that every small step you take today can change your future. Do not let distractions take over your life. Focus on what matters. Let go of what no longer fits. And you will achieve the change you have always desired. Believe in yourself and act today. What is holding you back from moving forward? Think about it and start acting now. Change begins with you. And when you step out of your comfort zone, you will realize you can achieve far greater things than you ever imagined.